They call it the Asus Republic of Gamers Strix Scar, and in this video, let's unbox it. This is the 2023 model, and specifically it has the 16 gig VRAM GPU from NVIDIA, the Ryzen 9 7945HX, and 32 gigs of RAM. This is a beast of a laptop. Now, it's been a while since I have reviewed a Strix Scar. I honestly think it was 2019. Woo! That is a beautiful laptop. Look at the details. Man, Asus, you're really doing it. When it comes to design, packaging, and innovation, I really like what Asus is currently doing. Or Asus, or this is a 330 watt charger block. Now, what I like about this is it's a little thicker than the Lenovo one, but it's also a little more compact as far as the size is concerned. So sliding it into a side pocket of your backpack is a little more advantageous for this slimmer design as far as the width of it. Now, it is a little thicker from like the height, but it's slimmer, so it can slide into different places in your backpack. The Lenovo charger blocks are just really big in general, and so I like kind of that slimmer charger block. Man, look at this laptop. Let's go ahead and pull this here. Let's put that there. I'm really excited to see what this thing can do. Over the past few years, my wife has had her personal information stolen and accounts opened without her approval. A while back, we found some of these accounts and took action to eliminate these issues. That's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, Aura. We've been using Aura to monitor our personal information online for over a year now and have been able to reclaim control of our personal data. Aura will identify data brokers that are exposing your information and automatically submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Anyone can find anything on the internet, including your full legal name, your personal email, your home address, phone number, and even your relatives. This information is accessible because of data brokers who profit by selling your information to robocallers, telemarketers, spammers, and anyone else that wants to learn more about you. Aura will even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. You can use my link by going to aura.com/BenjiKaiser to try a 2-week free trial to see how many data brokers are sharing your information. Aura's app also features a VPN, password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitor, internet parental controls, and protects your devices from malware. Aura has almost every internet safety tool you'll ever need, all inside one app. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online. If you sign up right now, Aura will give you a 2-week free trial with my link in the video description. You'll be shocked at how much of your private information Aura finds exposed over those 2 weeks. It's quite frightening, actually. Aura.com/BenjiKaiser or scan the QR code on the screen right now. I think you'll be very happy with the protection that you receive and the level of comfort that you get by using Aura. We have been extremely happy using it for over a year, and I definitely recommend it. We're gonna have full performance benchmarks in the full review, so don't forget to check out the videos at the end of this video if that one is already out. But if you're catching this during the unboxing, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hang around the channel to check out the full review. Look at that. That is fairly thin for a high performance laptop. Now, I will say that it is quite weighty, but I would be hard pressed to think that this would be a light laptop. I love the design details. I mean, look at the ROG logo kind of tearing down the top cover. You have this matte aluminum ROG logo here on the top cover. ROG here. It's very, very nice. You have an aluminum top cover, very nice thin aluminum material, but it is assembled very nicely to the top cover, so it passes the tap test very well. Now, we do have a plastic bottom cover, kind of that a little bit thinner of that plastic here because it is milled out for the fan vent, but over there on that part of the laptop, it is very well assembled. It doesn't have that nasty rattliness of cheap plastic materials. Like we have speaker grills here on the bottom, and I love, like, again, all these little details back on top for those who dare. I like all these little accents that Asus does to their laptops to create a premium product in the landscape of the laptop world. Now let's go ahead and check out the ports. On the left side, we have 2 USB Type A's and your headphone jack. On the right side panel, we have no ports. So that means that the rest of the ports are going to be found on the back side panel. We have 2 USB Type-Cs, an HDMI, a network port, and your power adapter. Pretty minimal in regards to the ports. They could have definitely fit either another USB Type-C or USB Type-A here. And so good port selection, not great port selection, just to be honest. Now let's check out how the bottom cover is assembled into the side panels. This is something that manufacturers are getting much and much better on. When I first started reviewing laptops, this could be a really janky situation, but we have very nicely assembled. Bottom cover fits in the side panel without any catchy edge. Looks really nice all around the laptop. Now we have the RGB that's going to light up here around the front bezel of the keyboard deck, bottom of the keyboard deck, and looking good so far. So aluminum top cover, plastic bottom cover, plastic side panels. Let's go ahead and do a quick open and close test on the lid. Yeah, no problems there. This is a heavy laptop, so the open and close is very easy. Now this is neat. You can see here that the ROG logo trails down the top cover. As you open it, they followed that same pattern into the keyboard deck. Really nice. I love that touch. Now we do have a plastic keyboard deck, and let's do a little screen flex test while we have the laptop open. For a large screen, this has very little screen flex, so great work on that. Now you are gonna have a little bit of push at the bottom, but honestly not a lot. Being that these hinges are so far apart, I would expect there to be more, but this screen is very durable. It's got good rigidity. It's looking really nice. I like these hinges. They kind of pop out of the keyboard deck. Those are going to be nice and secure and strong because they're kind of housed within the keyboard deck. They're not hanging off the outside. So I like the choice for the hinges. Let's go ahead and check out the keyboard deck really quick, and let's see if we have any juice in the system. Turn it on. So a nice large keyboard deck that has great spacing around the outside. It's a very interesting look. Normally you have some design elements. Maybe the keyboard sits within a slightly lowered bed of the keyboard deck, but this sits right on top with really smooth matte finish all the way across it. Now it's not matte to the touch, it's matte to the appearance. And let's check the fingerprinting. Not much fingerprinting, which is really nice. Now, I normally have very oily fingers, and you can see it. Something shows up there right when I do that, but then it quickly fades away. So as far as fingerprints are concerned, that is not a problem with this laptop. Now, the trackpad sounds very nice. It's a quiet, muffled click, though it is a confident click. What I mean by confident is you can just really feel the click, and you know it's been registered, so you can hear that. So that sounds very nice. Now here's that RGB lighting I was talking about on the underside of the keyboard deck. That looks wonderful, and it matches that screensaver really nicely. Now let's go ahead and give the keyboard a quick test. Almost has that like snappy mechanical keyboard click, but it's not too loud. You can hear it faintly as you're clicking, that little snap back. Let me see if you can hear this just from this sample. So that has a very nice sound to it. It's very subtle, but it still gives that satisfying gaming keyboard click. Now we do have a numpad on the right side, full size shift key, full arrow key selection. Now the trackpad, I do wish it was bigger. That's my biggest beef with computers. I know gaming laptops historically have had these more medium-sized trackpads, and moving forward, it'll probably be the same case. But as a creator and talking to creatives on this channel, I do like to see larger trackpads wherever I can. It's good. You could definitely bring a mouse along with you, but they had tons of space here, so why not create a bigger trackpad? That's kind of what I always think in my head. They have the G14 trackpad. They have the X16 trackpad that they could totally integrate into this body without any fuss. And so I really wish that would have been brought into this laptop specifically, but I totally understand why they don't do it. Not really necessarily the target market, but creators can benefit from the performance of this laptop. Now, if you're curious about the exact pricing and availability, I'll put links in the description below. Now, if you do make a purchase of that link, I'll get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. But of course, that's what keeps this channel alive and the helpful content coming your way. Now, before we go ahead and flip the laptop over and check out the upgrade path, here's a quick sample of the webcam in use. This is the webcam on the Asus Republic of Gamer Strix Scar, and a little sample of the audio for you as well. All right, let's go ahead and flip this laptop over and check out the upgrade path. Now, as you pull the bottom cover off of the Republic of Gamer Strix Scar, you want to be very careful because these RGB tethers are just kind of sitting in here. You can see I popped one of these out. out. I'll have to put that back into the RGB slot when I finish up with the laptop review. But for now, just keep that in mind if you're wanting to make an upgrade on this laptop. These little ribbons are really annoying. Now, you do have an occupied M.2 slot. For the Republic of Gamer Strix Scar, you do have one occupied M.2 drive and one unoccupied M.2 drive, so you can easily make an upgrade for this laptop for storage. You have access to 2 RAM sticks. This one's covered by a little thermal pad right there, but you have 2 RAM sticks. This laptop specifically has 32 gigs of RAM from the factory. You can see here we have this really neat design for the vapor chamber. We have the Ryzen 9 7945HX processor, and we have the really cool vapor chamber with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX GPU inside of this system. Beautiful interior. I love how they take the time to stylize the interior. So not necessary, but such a nice touch if you ever go to open your laptop and check it out. It looks really nice inside. Now we do have a 90 watt hour battery. Super curious how the battery life is going to go with that laptop. So you're definitely going to want to subscribe and keep an eye on the full review for this laptop. Now I really think for the price to performance, this laptop is one of the best. It has a huge performance bump and it has a reasonable price point with the plastic materials that they used, and they don't have a ton of frills on this laptop. It's really focused on performance and good build quality. So an A-class laptop. Can't wait to benchmark it and see what we got coming out of it this year from a performance standpoint. Links in the description if you're ready to make a purchase, and click or tap the screen here if the other videos are available and you want to check them out.